Good afternoon. This is the Oklahoma County Board of Adjustment meeting for June 29th, 2017.
Mr. Gammon, will you call the roll, please?
Members of the Board of Adjustment is Mr. Bill Hogue.
Present.
Mr. Jack Query.
Present.
Ms. Charlie Phillips. We have a quorum.
We have a quorum present. Proper notice of today's meeting has been given as required by statute. And the first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the last meeting of the Board of Adjustment, which occurred on June 13th, 2017. Has everyone received a copy of the minutes, and are there any corrections to be made to the minutes?
I see none. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, Mr. Hogue has moved that the minutes be approved. Mrs. Phillips has moved that, or seconded that the minutes be approved. Mr. Gammon, will you call the roll, please?
Mr. Hogue?
Yes.
Mr. Query?
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Okay, the minutes of June 13th stand approved as submitted. The next item on the agenda is the application of Ozzie Mays for the Pilgrim Rest Baptist Church. Application for the approval or denial, VA-2017-06. Is someone present that would like to come forward and talk and present the application to the board? Would you identify yourself for the record, sir, and tell the board about the application?
Yes, I'm Ozzie Mays. I'm a member of Pilgrim Rest Baptist Church, and we were put in an application to put a church sign in. And the church sign will be 7 foot 6 inches tall, and it'll be 4 by 8.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about the surrounding area?
About the surrounding area, well,
Yeah.
the can I go?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. The church that's on the east, and where we're proposing to put the sign is this general area right here where it's the proposed sign location. It'll be about 300 feet from the street, away from utilities.
About 300 feet. Okay.
And the location we had the chapel as the signs and all of the signs would be where we could where it could be seen from the street, northeast 63rd Street. And it's not a very large sign, it's an LED sign, and with that sign we could put we let the community know what's going on within the church, that people with activities that's going on in the church, and we can it can really be used to throughout the community, for someone in the community or in the church have something that's going on that they want the public to know, we can address
That
it.
capability. What is the surrounding area? What's across the street or road from the church and to the east and west of the church? Are there businesses, or are there homes in there, or what is in that area?
There's a home on the this is coast right here. There's a home right here on the northeast corner. There's a home here. Just directly across the street is vacant land.
Vacant land, okay.
That's reserved. To the east of it, probably a half a mile or so, there's a Brahms there and
Okay.
two small businesses.
Okay.
This church is located on a hill.
Okay.
And where the sign will be lower, this is a lower elevation here where the sign will be, so it'll probably be very hard for anybody to see it other than those people who are traveling on Northeast 63rd Street.
So in other words, there are no residents or commercial business or anything real close to the church itself, is that correct?
The closest house, the closest residence to the church is this house that's on, that's right off of 63rd across Holy Point.
Okay.
That's the closest residence.
Okay, have you talked to the surrounding owners about your sign?
I talked to one owner who owns the lot, the land across the street from the church.
Across the way?
And his only concern was that, was the size of the sign.
Okay,
He wanted to know, he thought that maybe we just wanna have one of those red big signs.
Okay.
And everything else in the estimate. So we told him, no, it's just a standard church sign, so he said he had no concerns, no problem.
so he has no problem with it then? Okay.
Sir, I'm the property owner across the street.
Oh, you're the property owner, okay. Would you identify, I'll call on you in just a minute. You have any questions?
I'm kind of curious, how long has the church been at that location?
Five years.
Oh, I don't believe it's going anywhere.
What's your current signage right now? What are you utilizing as your signage currently?
On this corner, under these trees, we have just, a brick monument that says, children rest out the church, and that's the pastor's name.
Is it lit up? Does it have lighting to it?
Can you tell us about the sign that you're proposing to put up?
It's a LED sign.
There you got a picture of it, okay.
Let's say it's
Oh, okay.
about the entire height of it is 7 foot 6 inches.
Oh, okay.
And it'll be, so let me give you
I can see it here.
oh, okay.
We gave us pictures here too.
All right.
How, and it's gonna be LED, is that correct?
Yes.
I guess one of my concerns is the traffic at night, traveling there. Does engineering have any, concerns about how that might affect traffic at night?
Did you say that was 300 feet west of the intersection? The location?
No, it's 300, it's about 300 feet from the street.
From the street, so
It
that's,
says 50, one place says 50 feet.
Yeah, it can't be 300 feet off 63rd. Gordon, do you have an idea of the distance there?
From the middle of the street to where the edge of the sign is, that's on the drawing that we did, is 50 feet.
Okay. But what about from the intersection to the west?
From the intersection to the west, that might be more 300 feet, but
so the sign is 7 feet 6 inches tall and 8 feet across.
I think if you'd, put Russell West up in front of it, he'd be taller than the sign.
Yeah, I don't think,
Yeah.
Distance from there to that, what do you estimate that to be?
do you have any concerns as far as
I think
the lighting affecting the night traffic or anything?
we think it's about 300 feet from the intersection.
Oh, do you?
That's sufficient distance.
Okay, you think, okay, about 300 feet, okay. Do you have any concerns about, traffic, night traffic along there?
Not as small as the sign is.
Not as small, okay. Okay, anything else, sir, you'd like to add to your application for the board to know?
No, I think that's about all we
Okay,
need to know.
do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Bill, do you have any questions?
Not this time.
Gretchen, do you have any questions? Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Is there someone else that would like to come forward and talk about the application? Did you want to come forward, sir, and talk about the application, or did you just want to note that you were the property owner across?
I wouldn't mind coming forward and saying a few words, if that's all right. Is that appropriate now?
Yes.
Yes, please identify yourself for the record.
Thank you. My name is Robert Warren. I own the property directly across the street on 63rd to the north of the church.
Okay.
I went out and visited with the people from Pilgrim Trust Baptist Church, and they showed me where the sign is and kind of talked about the dimensions, and seeing the picture now, I'm very comfortable with the sign, and I'm in full support of having the sign there. So being the property owner directly across the street, right now it is vacant. However, my wife and I do plan to build a house there in the next couple of years. So I was initially concerned about the sign, but learning more about it now, we definitely support it and think it's going to be a great addition to the area.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add? Or?
No, I'm just excited to see some additional development in the area. I think it's going to be a good thing.
Okay. Any questions?
Thank you.
I was gonna ask, Tyler, have we received any, protest against it or for it? No letters either way.
No inquiries or anything?
I'll make a motion we approve variance VA 2017-06.
I'll second.
Okay, the application has been moved to be approved and has been seconded. Mr. Gammon, will you call the roll, please?
Mr. Hoag?
Yes.
Mr. Query?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Okay, the application stands approved as submitted. Thank you very much. The next item on the agenda is the application of Kristen Hamlin, VA 2017-07. Is someone present who would like to come forward and talk about that application? Will you identify yourself for the record, please?
I'm Kristen Hamlin,
Okay.
and I am trying to get a single-wide trailer put on less than an acre of a lot, or less than 2 acres of
Right.
a lot. It is out on Choctaw and 29th and Henny. Sorry, I'm really nervous.
Is this new construction or new?
It is, I'm pretty sure it's a rural area. Oh, it's a new trailer,
New,
yes.
okay.
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
brand new. I got approved for it on May 22nd. I got the deed to my land on March 28th, and I didn't know that it wasn't a regulation to have it on less than.
Yeah, but my next question is whether you were aware of the
I did not.
zoning restriction or
I
not.
did not know that.
No one
whenever-
discussed that with you?
Mm-mm. Nope, not until I came to pull my building permit to get the trailer moved on the land, then I got a call back saying, so this is what I was gonna have to do, and I got, signatures from all my neighbors saying that it was okay, but I've talked to. You do have that? Yes, I do.
I was going to ask you to, if you don't mind, to describe the surrounding area to your property.
Okay, describe, there's basically 3 houses here, and my land is right here. And then right in front here is a 25-acre lot that I was raising cows and they're both, these are just regular houses, and I think this one's a trailer, but we put a roof on it. They've had a trailer moved here before. This man that he owned both of these lots, and his daughter put a double wide trailer on there before, probably like 5 years ago, but they didn't know anything until he came out there. None of these people one lady right here, about a year ago, she's building a house, and, her name is Miss Littlejohn. She had to go through all this and get signatures from all these people saying it was okay, and she did get it approved to build her house, which is
On less than 2 acres?
yeah.
So in other words, there are, homes in that area that are not in compliance with the zoning regulations.
Almost all of them, but the little Miss John.
Almost all of them.
I believe there's 15 lots there that are all less than an acre. We don't know how that land got broke up that way. It's been there a long time.
It's Alberta Gilbert. Her mother owned all that property before it had gotten all split up like this, and she gave each a couple bit of land, each by little to her kids, and it's gotten passed down from generation to generation, basically, is how they've all ended up getting the land. Same as, that Odessa Baxter, he's one of the grandkids, that would be my next one.
I was wondering about if when this property was divided up like that, whether this occurred before or after the zoning regulation. Anybody know for sure, or is it?
I know the mother bought it in 1950 or something.
Oh,
like that.
okay, yeah, that'd be.
Why is it 2 acres? I tried to find it and I couldn't find, why 2 acres?
That's the minimum for AA, agricultural, rural residential.
Okay,
I
I read that, I just didn't know if there was a reason for the 2 acres.
I think Oklahoma City has like 5, unincorporated county is 2.
So you purchased a piece of property,
Mhm.
1.5 acres, before even checking to see whether or not you could finish what you're trying to accomplish?
It's all kind of happened crazy, but
So you didn't check any zoning, you didn't check anything, you just bought the piece of property?
yeah.
and was gonna
Well,
do it?
my grandfather passed away, and we're living in a rent house. And so we were trying to buy land, and because we've lived out in McLeod on land and had a trailer out there. So that was our plan, was to buy some land and just see if we could put a trailer on it. But it was in Choctaw, so I didn't know that it was Oklahoma County whenever we bought it. And then come to find out
So again, you didn't check before you purchased, you got approved for a trailer, or got approved for the land, you didn't check any of that prior to?
You became aware of the restriction when you applied for building permits,
Yeah.
is that when you?
Yeah. I didn't think that it would be a problem, I guess, because there was so many other houses out there. I didn't even think about it. Which,
So
I mean, they're probably grandfathered in.
So there
now,
is
but
a home in there which the board has approved, an exception to this.
One back to the west, where Alberta, they replaced the house trailer there about a year ago.
Okay.
This is County Road, 23rd Street, in this point, in Hardin. These on the front were easy because they're off County Road. Problem is they're 13 and a half, they're sort of landlocked. That's an issue for the landowner. How you gonna guarantee that they'll get your property back?
well, we got signatures from 3 of the homeowners for a easement, is that correct? A road easement so that I can get to my property.
Well, it looks like that one spot that she owns is the only one that doesn't have any house or house trailer on. Looks like all the rest of them's got one on there. Am I wrong or
It
right?
looks
How did
like
you
it.
find this property?
It was on Craigslist. The guy that owned it before us had put it out. He had told all the people before he had put it on Craigslist to sell it. He
You bought it outright, you didn't have a realtor,
Mm-mm.
so that's part of the reason why you maybe not have been aware of.
Yeah, and I didn't know 'cause he didn't try and build anything on it whenever he had owned the property, so.
So you have contacted your surrounding neighbors.
Mhm.
They've all given or stated that they have no problems with you doing this,
Yes, sir.
and the board has approved an exception in the area.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one there we did,
Just the one,
that section.
Stacy?
I remember one, I don't know about two.
What was the landage there? What was the acreage there? Was it,
They're
Just
all
less
one
than
acre.
two. All 15 of those lots.
but it wasn't
less
like
than two.
less than one?
No.
All of those are not that big, at least for me.
And you have what, 1.5?
The signature you have for easement, is it in a form you can file it with the clerk? So she's got an actual easement that she can file to get to her land?
Any more questions, Kristen? Would you like to add anything else to your application?
I would just like for you guys to approve it.
Appreciate it.
I've worked pretty hard, so.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Is there anyone else present that would like to come forward and, talk in favor of the application? Is there anyone else present that would like to talk in favor of the application? Is there anyone present that would like to talk against the application? Anyone present that would like to talk against the application?
Hearing none, I'd make a motion to approve VA 2017-07.
If I could make one comment before, I hope you learned a valuable lesson on purchasing property and not checking the zoning on this prior to. And, I'm gonna be a yes vote, but only because there was one other in the area. I'm just letting you know if there was no other, so, you put a lot of hard work into it that, you learn by mistakes, and I hope you learned a huge lesson on this.
Are you seconding?
Yes, I'm seconding it, thank you.
Okay. It's been moved that the application's been approved and been seconded. Mr. Gammon, will you call the roll, please?
Mr. Hoag?
Yes.
Mr. Query?
Yes,
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
your application's been approved. Thank you very much. Is there any other, items to come before the board? Any other items to come before the board?
I have none.
I don't have any.
Being none, I would move that the board be adjourned.
Second.
Mr. Gammon, will you call the roll, please?
Mr. Hoag?
Yes.
Mr. Query?
Yes,
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes, sir.
board's adjourned. Thank you very much.